Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be going over all the next upcoming PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X restocks we'll definitely be watching for, as well as also give you guys the usual Friday weekly recap, where we kind of went over like everything that happened, what's going to be happening next, and all of that good and bad stuff. Although I will be honest, this week was a very, once again, mediocre week, where I just can't wait to actually go and see a proper good week with a lot of good drops, a lot of you guys getting your consoles, because it's one of my favorite things we get to go and see. But one of the big struggles of this one is it was kind of a very dry week, like I mentioned. So I'm going to go give up all the potentials, what happened, kind of the recaps, a little bit of channel stuff too as well, just a lot of little things floating around. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Make sure you guys enter in the Twitter link down below for the brand new giveaway too as well. It's very easy to enter, just kind of click on a few links and make sure you guys are following up on the Twitter so I can go contact you guys up on that one. So make sure you guys do that. Same with the Twitch stream down below. We just hang out and chill, play games. We have the Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller and that Weeble and Coinbase down below, and let's go and dive in the video. So, as you guys probably heard, as I mentioned this, it was a very mediocre week. Very not good. We barely saw anything from all the really big boy retailers, which kind of makes me sad. Although, we at least thankfully recently have had the Amazon drop out of the way, so we can maybe keep on watching that throughout the next few days, but on top of, or the next few, I guess, few weeks as well, because I did want to go maybe mention one on the 31st. But the one kind of sad thing is we had basically no big boy PlayStation restocks. So at least throughout today, we did actually already have Anton Line go do both a PlayStation 5 Digital, so at least that does go and confirm that stock is moving around and things are kind of hanging out. And same with the PlayStation 5 Disc Edition, as well as GPUs and all of that. So that was kind of, I guess, kind of sad to say, that was kind of just the biggest kind of restocks we've had throughout this entire week. Which usually, as you guys can probably go and tell, since they did do a PS5 Disc, a Digital, and Xbox Series S and GPU, next week, if they want to do any drops, it'll probably be one of the Xbox Series X bundles, in case you guys are curious. But we did see a lot of Xboxes the past, like, 10 days or so, and even the very start of this week, we saw something unprecedented, where we actually saw Walmart go do an basically promoted, just really random drop of an Xbox Series X. No queue, no other system, no Walmart Plus, and that was kind of why we were maybe expecting some PlayStations, but even for that, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we saw nothing. So Walmart was a bit more on the slacking side, which does make me sad, but we did actually go and see a lot of folks get their consoles, which once again, if you guys go get your consoles, we may make a separate video on that. Send me a tweet, send me a picture. We've been seeing some of those slowly moving on in. Which probably means if a lot of the consoles have been arriving, that means that Walmart will probably be doing a next upcoming drop in the near future. Mainly because if they're not having any overdue stock, it kind of opens up a lot more options for them to get and receive more consoles, which is very nice for us to basically get to go and see. Because I want you guys to get your consoles. It's just cool. Like, I prefer that. I like that. I like when you guys get your stuff. But basically, Walmart, super dry. Basically saw barely movement, made me super sad. We'll be watching for them probably next week especially. We'll probably go a little more in depth in the weekly video too, because a lot of the rumors and stuff comes out throughout the week. Now, part 2 of that will be on Target. Now, Target also kind of made me, in all honesty, pretty sad. We've kind of been watching it. We know they've been sitting on some stock, and that's where, in my mind, I just want them to go and release the stock already. I want them to be like, hey, we're sitting on 20, 30 consoles. Let's go and sell them. Let's make some people happy. But sadly, throughout today, we didn't see it. Now, I did go and cover throughout this week. We saw some stock movement in some confirmed places. Like, we have had employees confirm. We've had managers confirm. We've had a lot of different folks go and confirm that they're sitting on stock. And that's why we'll maybe see if there's any movement on the weekend or on Monday. But sadly, we did not see much else. There really wasn't that much else kind of tied on in, which makes me super sad. Mainly on the fact alone that they have the stock, like I mentioned. So we were watching Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I did go and say we didn't see any more movements. We didn't see more employees confirming more stock, like ever since we saw the initial things we reported on. So we just kind of been patiently twiddling our thumbs, waiting for Target. And it does kind of make me sad because that could have been a really good end of this week. They could have made Friday be a very nice, good, solid last day. And we could have been like, well, we had a mediocre week, which we kind of did. But they could have at least done something. They could have at least, made something nice or did something nice with us. But Target did let us down. But at least on the bright side, I'd probably say next week is almost 99% certain, unless something weird. As you guys know, we've had this week has actually been a really big week when it came to everything going up in Europe with Russia, Ukraine, especially. So just in case there is any weird issues or any weird stuff that kind of goes on in terms of shipping or stock arrivals or everything else, we can maybe partially blame that. Because I'm sure the whole world is kind of like, I don't know what's going on, like what's happening next, what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen the next 3 days, what's going to happen the next week, all that type of stuff. So just in case, keep that in mind. That may have also been a big reason why this week was a little bit more on the especially dry side. It's always that chance, and it's not the biggest news to go and cover. But at least we did actually go cover a video earlier on today, if you guys want to check that on out, where we actually covered up a lot more of the actual gaming industry, kind of somewhat blocking and changing up a lot of their games, which is kind of crazy to go and see. Some games that are just basically exiting out Russia, not allowing anymore, and all of that. We're also will be also having a very special video, I think maybe up on Sunday, so be on the lookout for that, in case you guys are just kind of curious. So, target let us down a little bit. We did see a few Xbox Series X's from people getting it and walking up into stores, but other than that, nothing crazy. Now, the part 3 of this is going to be on GameStop. I'd probably say that GameStop's extremely overdue now for PlayStation, both disc and digitals, whether it's both for walk-ins or also online. So I'll probably especially be watching them throughout next week. I think next week will be a very, very special week and a very hopefully good week when it comes to stock and them getting stock. But the one sad thing for that is, well, we have to still wait for them to go get it. We've been kind of hearing the small rumors for PlayStation 5 walk-ins, although we haven't had major confirmations or employee memos or releases or whatever that came on out as of recently, which kind of stinks. But we did go and see some Xbox drops and Xbox on walk-ins not that long ago. So at least for that, that's nice. At least we know they're not that overdue for Xboxes, although we've been seeing a lot of Xboxes, not as much PlayStations, which do kind of make me sad. So I'd probably go and say for GameStop, especially next week, it looks very, very likely. Walk-in very overdue. Normal drop maybe on Tuesday, overdue. So I'll probably give you guys some talks on that, probably on the weekly video, if anything. So be on the lookout for that if you guys want to. Now, as well, for some other little various locations to tied on in, we'll also be watching some more of the mid-tier places. So, like I said, for Amazon, they're also overdue for the Xboxes, and I think they will probably want to do at least one more drop throughout the rest of this month for Amazon. As well, when it comes to Best Buy. Now, at least at the time of making this video, I may have to adjust it if I have to. Best Buy also kind of a big disappointment. We did go make a video earlier on today, though, kind of talking about the fact that we're seeing a very, very kind of bigger influx of Xbox Series X's showing up in stores and people getting them and showing up at like the actual store opens and getting their consoles. So it's been kind of nice. Same with the weird app glitch. People are getting their consoles and some stores are still stating that they're sitting on some stock. While it is annoying, I'm going to stand by that. I'm not a big fan of seeing all that stock. I don't like these companies sitting on some stock. It's really, really obnoxious. Best Buy will probably be almost without a doubt dropping next week. Now, once again, I don't like kind of guesstimating on that one, but just all like the prerequisites are there because they also even changed the API for the website. They did an Xbox drop not that long ago, kind of in combination, say, with Walmart, where they maybe had extra stock, and we're just kind of extremely overdue for it. So this weekend, we'll probably maybe be watching to go and see if there's any good walk-ins at all, any extra stock for Best Buy, because we've seen a few different states having stock. It would just probably make a lot of sense. Like, it just, in my mind, makes a lot of sense. Although, once again, on the topic of walk-ins, we had a really, really basic and dry walk-in experience. We've basically seen nothing throughout this weekend, like basically nothing, or this past week. Last week when it was kind of pretty dry, kind of tapered off. This week especially, very, very chill. Like, it kind of makes me almost on the sad side. We're seeing pretty good things when it comes to BJ stores. Barely have seen people checking out. We'll give you guys updates tomorrow if we see anything, or if you guys check your stores or have checked your stores throughout this time. Let me know. Obviously, I'd definitely want to know. But the one big struggle for that one, once again, is we just haven't really seen that much stuff. It really does make me sad. Same thing, too, with Myers. We even reached out to contacts and employees. Haven't really seen too much. Kind of makes me sad. I wish we'd have more. Kind of wish we could. Fred Meyer's in the same boat. Also Kroger's and all the online stuff, the Sam's Club, Costco's, and et cetera, unless Sam's Club randomly drops throughout the day, have just been extremely, extremely dry. Even for military walk-ins and everything. So hopefully something will come out tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be like a baby Spark or baby anything out there, even Staples or anything. We have just not been seeing some good stuff, which makes me sad. Although with Verizon, too, we also had some YOLO drops in there, which also might indicate we might even have some Verizon stores as well. So we'll keep on watching for that one. And all the other various things are very dry. PlayStation Directs, super dry, although we did see them update their API and go and change up some other various things, which probably means we'll maybe have one upcoming this next week. We were kind of anticipating one throughout this week because it wouldn't make sense. Like, why would they mess around with the API and all that stuff if they didn't? And we did see a few Microsoft Store ones, so keep on checking your emails and check your spam or promotions folder. Even as of today or even tomorrow, we'll kind of give you guys more updates for that was happening earlier on throughout this week as well. And all the other various things too, like Newegg with their day-to-day shuffles and other various mid-tier places, even like the Endormas and all the weird kind of big bundles, really didn't see that much movement at all, even Gamefly. So very, very disappointing week. Very, very sad week to say the least. So if you guys did somehow get a console, leave your comments down below. I'm super excited for you guys. I hope next week will be even better, but I will be honest, it's been a little bit more of a slog, a little bit more on the sadder side. I don't like that, at least for me. So kind of give me your thoughts for the week. If you guys want to complain, feel free to. We'll give you guys more updates tomorrow morning. And as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Brand new Twitter giveaway down below. Make sure you guys enter it on that one and follow up on Twitter. Same with Twitch too as well, at Weeble and Coinbase. And yeah, I love you guys all, and thank you guys all so much for being here. Y'all beautiful, y'all fantastic, and I'll see you guys up on the next one. Love you guys.